nangyari rito. Salamat po sa pagpapaundak na sumali kayo sa first season po ng FEBL. Salamat po sa pagtitiwala nyo. Pinapangako namin, lalo pa namin pagagandahin po ang ligang ito hanggang matapos po.
Gives it Zodiacal with a quick goal! Gets that shot to go! Zodiac.
We continue our coverage here at the Central Recreation and Fitness Center dito po sa Barangay New Era in Quezon City as we bring you the Far East Basketball League. Kami naman. And now we have our third game. Nakita natin ang ating Arandia College taking on AUF. My name is Ken Pangalinan alongside Coach Mark Dandan, and later we'll hear from Angelica Sarmiento. Coach, battle of contenders tayo. Both teams on a respective winning streaks.
Both favorites to win the tournament, Arandia and itong AUF Great Danes. So this will be an early clash of the favorites, title favorites, so to speak.
Preview. Baka preview ito ng finals. Tingnan natin yung ating teams na kasali kabilang sa ating inaugural season ng Far East Basketball League. Of course, we have these two teams, Arandia College. Also, we got AUF, PCU, na nagulat tayo, natalo kanina.
Upset.
And then, we also saw ito nga RTU and Verga University, PMI Colleges, College of St. Catherine, PIC, and also Polytechnic University of the Philippines. Kabilang din dyan ang pamantasang lungsod ng Pasig. And Coach, mahaba-haba yung magiging tournament natin because titignan natin yung ating tournament format, Coach. A lot of games for all of our teams.
Of course, each team will face each other. You see double round robin. So napakaraming laro talaga. In the final four, the top four teams will face each other in the semifinals. Now, of course, the first and second seed will have the twice to beat advantage. The winners of the semis will advance to the finals, and our championship round is a best of 3 series.
So yun yung binabanggit namin. No? It's gonna be a long journey for all of our teams. Now, let's take a look at what happened in the last game nitong Arandia College RHINOS. This was a game that you covered, Coach Mark, and itong Arandia, during that game, in the fourth quarter, they were down by 6 points. Pero bumulusok sila and had a strong finish in this game.
So Arandia was definitely in the upset watch until the last 5 minutes of that game. But thanks to their powerful front line led by the Querido brothers, they were able to pull the rug from under Philippine International Colleges, who was a very game in that match against Arandia. And you're looking at the Querido brothers. Not only are they the key cogs para dito sa RHINOS, but where they play, how well they play will dictate how well Arandia will play as well. Jigs Querido last game, monster numbers, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block. And Hans Querido, even better, 23.7 rebounds and 3 assists. But yun nga ang problema, the Querido brothers not available here today.
Bit short-handed nga itong Arandia College. Let's swing over to the side of the AUF Great Danes. Ito yung team from Angeles, Pampanga, Coach. But hindi nasasayang yung biyahe nila because so far they are the only undefeated team in the tournament.
No, we all know that AUF is a very good basketball program. You know, they've always had very good teams no matter what year and what players they have. In the last game, you're looking at their key players, Charles Buitison, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, number 77 on your screens right there. And number 4, Gian Cruz, 18.6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 blocks. So, 2 key figures here for the Great Danes.
Arandia on a back-to-back winning streak. As you see here, Gian Cruz averaging 18 points per game, and maganda rin yung pinakita niya in their last game against PIP. Now, let's turn you over to Gio Cruz for our starters.
And welcome here at Central Recreation and Fitness Center here in New Era in Quezon City, as we bring you the continuation of Far East Basketball League Season 1. It's the third game of today's quadruple header featuring Angeles University Foundation and Arandia College RHINOS. Now let's meet the starters, beginning with the Angeles University Foundation. Starting guard number 10, Vince Atwell. Honor guard number 6, Paul Tulabing. Starting forward number 77, Charles Buitizon. Honor forward number 99, Leomar Lagman. And at center number 4, Gian Cruz. Head coach for Angeles University Foundation, Limuel Manarang, assisted by Mark De Guzman. And now let's meet the starters from Arandia College, RHINOS. Starting guard number 42, Pio Evangelista. Honor guard number 61, Ethan Gomatise. At forward number 44, Eugene Santua. Honor forward number 19, Jasper Gagasa. And playing center number 5, Edmar Corpus. Head coach, Cesar Papasa. Our game referees, Crew Chief J.R. Torres. Umpire 1, Luis Carranza. And umpire 2, Paul.
We got Gian Cruz, Manalo at the backcourt at 12, Buitizon and Lagman up front for the Great Danes. For Arandia naman, Edmar Corpus, Jasper Gagasa, Evangelista, Eugene Santua, and Ethan Gomatise. This is the third game of our 4-game slate. Ngayong Wednesday ng hapon. Arandia and the blue jerseys, while itong AUF and their white threads as they get the first possession immediately going inside. And coach, you covered itong Arandia, although they're missing key players, but ano yung nag-stand out sa'yo during that game when they won in that last matchup that they had?
Oh, it's really how physical they play, especially on the defensive end. Of course, they're led by the Querido brothers, who are not only very skilled offensively, but defensively, the IQ is right there. At masasabi mo na they lead on both ends on the floor.
First basket para dito sa AUF. Kaya nang binanggit namin, they are the only undefeated team so far dito sa ating tournament. Hard show by Cruz. Shot clock winding down against Arandia. And a rebound controlled here by the Great Danes. Tatakbo sila dito. Buitizon gets stripped. And starting this ball game at the point guard spot para dito sa Arandia is Eugene Santua. The drive inside. Oh, what a move, but couldn't convert. AUF really trying to pick up the pace, but back-to-back turnovers against the side of the Great Danes.
No, obviously, the Great Danes, kitang-kita mo what the game plan is. Get up and down against Arandia, not allow that physical defense to set up.
And also, playing full court defense to begin this game. Ito nga AUF, hailing from Angeles, Pampanga. 2-0. Santua directing traffic. Evangelista on the left side. Shot clock reads 8. Naagawan siya dito ni Buitizon. Goes up strong, offhand, no good. At bola babalik sa panig ng RHINOS.
A great defense by Buitizon. Sayang na lang yung finish. Huh? You gotta finish those great stops that you make.
And during the last game nitong Arandia, that game featured 8 ties, 14 lead changes against PIC. Ganun kadikit yung laban nila doon. But like we said, despite the fact that they trailed at around the 7-minute mark by 6 in the fourth quarter, naihabol nila yon and went on a 17-6 run. Meanwhile, AUF trying to get inside. Bola babalik sa panig ng Arandia.
No, offensively, itong AUF kind of doubting themselves kung titira ba o ipapasa. But a great steal by Buitizon finally converts one.
4-0. AUF leading here with 7 minutes and 15 seconds left in the opening quarter. Arandia coached by Cesar Babasa. They go down low, Gagasa. 7 seconds on a shot clock. Trying to drive baseline. Solid defense here by Lagman. Puts one up, no good. Battle for the rebound, controlled by Gomatise and getting the first 2 points para dito sa Arandia.
No, it's going to be very important for guys like Gomatise and Corpus. No, the front line here for Arandia, ngayon wala ang mga Querido. They need to be able to step up and at least replicate yung numbers ng mga Querido brothers.
Meanwhile, AUF trying to move the rock. Lagman cashes in from deep.
No, Lagman showing off na he's not just a post player, proving that he can stretch the floor, hitting the 3.
And 7-2 is our tally. 6 minutes and 22 seconds left. Nakaagaw na naman dito ang Great Danes. Gutison able to fool the defender and score on the other end.
And that's what coaches like to say, fake with your eyes. Gutison leading the way. Nakatingin lang siya sa teammate niya eh. And just enough to sell the move.
A lot of live turnovers against the side of Arandia. Kaya naman nakakatakbo so far itong AUF. Meanwhile, that teardrop works. Matise with the first 4 points.
No, we talked about the absence itong Querido brothers for Arandia, but they don't also have RJ Guerrero, probably their best perimeter scorer.
Oh yeah. Arguably in the league, no?
Mhm.
Although he did struggle in their last game. 9 points, 3 out of 9 shooting from the field. But Matise doing work, and he will head to the line for 2 shots.
Yun naman yung importante. If you're a guy like Matise, may pagkakataon ka na wala yung mga star players nyo, it's a chance for you to show up and show off in front of your head coach.
Maagang balasa dito para kay Coach Cesar Babasa. Checking in is Escalante, who actually started during their last game. Matisa now at the line, coming off a 9-point outing against PIC. Already has 4 early points, 5.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1.
I kind of like the start Arandia had against PIC in their last game. Medyo mabagal. They were struggling offensively, and the Querido brothers were able to pick it up, especially in the fourth quarter. Pero Arandia has to find a different way of getting other players involved here in offense.
Interior passing, Lagman. Doesn't work on that trip. Arandia trying to run. Matise able to cut back door. At nakakuha ng rebound itong AUF. Approaching the halfway point of quarter number 1. Kick out pass, Buitison had 16 points in their last outing. Cruz, shot clock at 8. Intercepted there by the RHINOS. Both teams really like to run. Matise, they swing it to the left corner. Pull-up jumper from Escalante, clanks off the rim.
Now, so far, wala pa tayong nakikitang tinatawag na play.
Yeah.
Up and down basketball in the first quarter.
Arandia playing a zone. With Izon on the right side, they swing the ball around. 3-point shot on its way from Cruz. No good. And ito si Alarcon is in at a stint in the PSL. The pocket pass inside. 2 shots ang igagawad para dito ay Piedad.
Hindi naman yung maganda dito sa players ng Arandia. A lot of them have experience in the higher levels. You know, a lot of semi-pro leagues here in the Philippines, they allow naman college kids to play with them, provided na may lisensya or hindi naman kailangan. But that's big, especially if you're a small college program like Arandia, na may experience and exposure yung players mo.
If I'm not mistaken, si RJ Guerrero also had a stint for Sinag Liga Asia, no? Meanwhile, they've been struggling at the line. 0 out of 4. Pero nag-iisa si Piedad, but 3 white jerseys ganging on him on that trip. 9-4 is our score, approaching the 4-minute mark of quarter number 1. With Tizon. Tightly guarded here by Alarcon. Pocket pass. Ang ganda! Give and go!
The old display in the book, the give and go there. Great read by the 2 teammates from AUF.
7-point lead for the Great Danes. Alarcon wiggling through traffic yung pektos naman sa tirang yun.
Humihingi pa ng foul, nabatukan daw siya.
Sporting the headband. And it's now 11-6. This short-handed Arandia squad trying to keep in step with AUF. At well, that shot rattles out. Gets his own miss. Floats one up. Doesn't get the friendly roll. Pero babalik ang bola sa panig ng AUF. With Tison, scoops one up. Tapi ka ng bola mapupunta sa Arandia. Again, they run. Alarcon, sidestep. Nahuli. Huling-huli si Leopardon.
Kitang-kita, ba't mo naman gagawin sa harap ng referee natin? Yung tulak na yun. But this could be a game na itong si Brian Alarcon can break out. Wala siya no last game nila.
Yeah.
So this is something that he can work on. Maybe he has a big game today for Arandia.
We have our first timeout here in the first quarter. We'll be right back after this. Back with us here at the Central Recreation and Fitness Center in Barangay New Era in Quezon City. This is the battle between two teams that have won their last few games. Actually, AUF nga, 3-0, while itong Arandia, after losing their first game, they have bounced back with 2 straight victories. Under 3 minutes to go, it's been a really fast-paced game so far, Coach Mark.
Fast-paced indeed. Parang nananghalian ng sariwa. May gasolina pa.
Pero pinakitaan tayo doon ng mid-range jumper ni Elospa. Biggest lead so far ng AUF at 7. Alarcon trying to maneuver. That shot will not drop but get his own miss. Kick out. They swing it to Escalante. In traffic, no good. Artuel magbababa ng bola. Again, just the pace of this game, really frantic, and that results into a make para dito sa AUF.
Very simple shot fake, one dribble pull up there, pero that's been the offense here for AUF, up and down transition offense.
2 minutes to go here in the first period. Alarcon. And another steal on the side of AUF. Witison leaks out, lays it up and in.
No, I like the pace that Witison plays with. Nakita mo hindi siya nagmamadali.
Yeah.
Takes his time. Very cerebral yung approach niya sa laro.
First double-digit lead of this ball game. Si Piedad, gustong mang-araro sa ilalim, pero mag-rewardan siya ng 2 free throws.
Yung sinasabi natin, gumawa na lang ng paraan.
Oo.
Itong si Piedad na makascore para sa team niya.
Though he missed his last 2 shots from the line. So far nga itong Arandia, 0 of 4 from the charity stripe. And that's something that they did so well in their last game, Coach Mark. Especially with the Querido brothers getting a lot of attempts from the free throw line. In total, 41 attempts.
Yeah, that's thanks to the post play of the Querido brothers at the end of that game. Essentially, silang dalawa na lang nagpapasahan.
Yeah.
So without that threat, the post threat of the Querido brothers, saan pupunta yung bola? Dito pa sa RHINOS.
It's been a struggle at the line, but finally, Piedad getting them on the board. 1 out of 6 as a team. And now they trail by 10, 17-7. 80 seconds to go here in the first quarter. At agawan ng bola. Arandia trying to seize control. And a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing to the side of the RHINOS.
Oh, napansin ko lang I'm looking at Brian Alarcon. He has his full name
Yun
on
nga
the back of his jersey. Parang European yung dating. No?
Oo. Mas may headband pa.
Oo.
Meanwhile, they're trying to get back into this game. At merong foul na itatalog. I think they are in the bonus. Talking about tong AUF. Oh, my mistake. 4th team foul. At meron po ulit itong timeout with 61 seconds to go. Lamang dito ang AUF 17-7. And we're just about to wind down the first quarter. And AUF having themselves a 10-point lead. And like we said, mabilis yung nagiging laro natin so far. Not a lot of plays, just run and gun basketball between these two squads. Shot clock at 8. Laban dito sa Arandia. This time, yung backdoor. Basket and one for Piedad.
Sa first piece of half-court execution na nagawa ng maganda nitong Arandia. We'll see the rejection of the ball screen and the simple drop pass there for Piedad.
Able to fill in that slot. Ito si Piedad. And completing that three-point play. Baba sa 7 ang kalamangan dito ng AUF. 42 seconds remaining. Dribble handoff. Papunta kay Dairit. Tightly guarded here by Leyva. Trying to spin around. Kick out. Marzan puts it up. Clanks off the rim. But AUF trying to control the boards. Pero si Piedad doing work on both ends. And now last shot time for the guys in blue. Alarcon dancing against Marzan. Offering a pick is Lupar, but Alarcon rejecting it. At ito na, penalty na nga itong AUF.
Ever since that starting unit subbed out para dito sa AUF, they've been struggling to execute on the half court. Napako na sila dito sa 17. So they're giving Arandia some life here towards the end of the first quarter.
Brian Alarcon at the line. Like we said, he has already a dose of professional experience playing for the Bicol Spicy Oragons in the Pilipinas Super League. What does that do to a guy like Brian Alarcon, a collegiate player now playing for Arandia?
And syempre, you see and you understand the difference in skill and kung ano pa yung kailangan mong gawin para umabot sa level ng mga pros. That is something Alarcon can bring to his teammates. Sabihin na, kailangan ganito tayo kasi hindi tayo aasenso sa basketball kung nandito lang tayo sa level na to ngayon. So that experience, the knowledge, and syempre yung kumpiyansa rin ng bata na madadalan, nakakasabay siya sa mga professionals.
3 seconds left, catch and shoot. AUF unable to manufacture a decent shot, but nonetheless, they have a good-sized lead at the end of quarter number 1, led by as many as 10 points, but they are up by 7 at the end of the first quarter. Back with us here inside the Central Recreation and Fitness Center sa Barangay New Era in Quezon City. This is the third game of our 4-game slate this Wednesday afternoon at itong AUF at Arandia colliding, both teams on their respective winning streaks. And Coach Mark, what was the glaring outcome so far at the end of quarter number 1 para sa magkabilang kupunan?
Nabanggit mo nga kanina, Ken, yung pace ng laro natin napakabilis and reflective dun ng success ng AUF. 8 fast break points for the guys in white, really solidifying their lead here at the start of the second quarter. So that's something na nawala towards the dulo ng first quarter natin, kaya medyo nababa yung lamang nila from 11 points.
And if you're Arandia, what do you need to do here if they want to climb back from this 7-point deficit?
Well, to be blunt, kailangan nilang ma-shoot yung bola. They're only 4 of 17 from the field, 23%.
Manalo, wide open free, knocked down by the big man.
Interestingly, the dalawang 3 points nitong AUF have both come from their big men. Una si Lagman, ngayon si Manalo.
Nakita natin, they could stretch it out. Something that's really valuable in today's game. And let's see that one more time, Coach Mark.
You know, you might not be the best shooter when you say you're a big, pero when you're that open, automatically the percentages go up. Kasi masyado ko ang libre. And you get a little more confidence. At syempre gusto mong sabihin na hindi nyo ko babantayan, papahirapan ko kayo.
Meanwhile, to si Piedad has knocked down his last 3 free throws after missing his first 3. Yan, nabati ko.
They're now 3 out of 11. The Rhinos from the line.
Meanwhile, AUF trying to control the leather. A bit out of control, but they recover. Papasok sa loob. Uy! Basket plus a foul para kay Manalo, who has 5 early points here in the second quarter.
Obviously, by design, yung ginagawa ni Manalo kanina. Akala mo lang, natin isa out of control. Biglang atake, wide open layup, +1 for the big guy.
Made a 3 at the top of the key. Tapos ngayon, sumalaksak sa loob, showing us the full package. However, missing on that free throw. Medyo masyadong madikit. Ito si Marzan. But you like the pace of how AUF has been playing so far, Coach Mark.
And it's important that they maintain this pace because they do have what seems to be a deeper bench. Of course, they have the advantage in terms of not having the same personnel as Arandia na kulang-kulang ngayon.
Pull-up jumper. Way off para kay Brian Alarcon. AUF a chance to increase their lead. Ito yung pinakamalaking kalamangan nila so far. 8.5 to go here in the second quarter. Malayo masyado yung tres na yun. Pero, what a block! The recovery there by Gomatise. Susugo naman, Brian Alarcon. What a move!
With the football carry and the finger roll finesse finish. Para with the man with the full name behind this jersey.
Babaksa siya, mga kalamangan dito ng AUF. Yung pace natin, Coach Mark, full throttle talaga eh.
Baka kailangan nila ng Black Mamba energy drink.
Ayan. Baka nakarami sila to begin this game. Hindi nakakapagtataka. But, it's something that for some it's enjoyable to watch. But there are some also that prefer yung mga half-court sets, executing well on their offensive sets.
But especially at the college level, you can count on your hand the times na you can really set up the offense.
Yeah.
So natural yung pace na ito.
Meanwhile, textbook fast break on the side of Arandia.
That's not something AUF wants to happen here, unleashing Arandia in transition.
Another steal. Good pass. The outlet. Go Matisse. Gets the basket. Plus one more free throw para kay Go Matisse.
May kasama pang titig right after you see the hit and the finish by Gomatise. Look at him say, hindi pinakita dun sa replay natin.
May stare down
6 points for Gomatise. Chance for 7.
He actually set the tone for Arandia, making the first 2 baskets. Credit this team, despite the fact that they're short-handed for today. They have come back after trailing by as many as 11 points.
And that's how well Coach Cesar Babasa has prepared his guys. So, alam mo naman, ahead of time na hindi makakalaro yung mga key players mo. So yun, may bibigyan kumpiyansa yung iba to step up.
7-0 run. Inside Cruz, denied. Second block of the game for Arandia. Although, that was a wayward pass. Numbers here with Tizon. Trying to muscle his way up. Another try. No. Tapikan ng bola. Babalik ang bola sa panig ng Great Danes. 3 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Matisse all over to si Quizon. Nahanap sa kaliwa. Buitison doing work on the glass and giving them another possession.
It's been a struggle underneath there for Buitison. He missed 2 gimmies and getting blocked on the third try. But you like the aggressiveness going after offensive rebounds.
Hindi pa na-inbound yung bola. Merong foul na itatawag laban dito sa Arandia. That was pagdato. Guilty party. Gets the side of the RHINOS. Meanwhile, knockout play. Elospa unable to convert, but he will head to the line.
No, correct me if I'm wrong, Ken, but AUF hosted the PBA bubble.
Yeah.
Nung pandemic, di ba? Oh, they have a really, really nice facility. Pagkaintindi ko, 2 court yun. You have the main court, and then may court pa sa baba nun, nakahoy din. Kung saan nagpa-practice yung teams nun.
And doon din naglaro yung Gilas Pilipinas
Against Korea.
against Korea. That was when SJ Belanghel
Oh.
hit that buzzer-beating 3.
The miracle shot.
Yeah. Kissing it off the glass.
Oo. So, very memorable yung venue ng AUF.
And also, naglaro din. For a time, that was the home court of the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Nung nandun pa si Mike Rico.
I remember.
Meanwhile, they get another steal. Talking about the Great Danes, but a counter-attack. Pagdato. Kick out, Alarcon. They swing it. Open free. Kay Gamotise. Mintis nga lang. Cruz. Fight for the loose ball. Getting that one. 23-18. Under 6 minutes to go here in the second period. Si Cruz, wanna move, but hindi nga lang makafinish. Leaking out is Gomatise. And early offense for Gomatise, leading all scorers so far.
And just like that, they're only down 3 points, and they get the steal.
Really aggressive on the defensive end. Gomatise, the spin. Follow up, wala pa din. Galing dito kay Ubas. Huizon. On the right side, Elospa. Baba sa 3. Ang kailangan nabulin dito ng Arandia. Cruz. Gets hammered on his way up.
Oh, I like that they're looking for Cruz underneath. They had an early seal. He seems to be very strong underneath the paint, pero the footwork still not there for Cruz.
Ito si Cruz had 18 points apiece during their first 2 games. Gian Cruz, dalawa sila magkapatid, Coach Mark, and yung older sister niya apparently was a swimmer, si Syra, when she was in college. So magkaibang sport sila, no? But ito si Gino Cruz naman, as he hits the first free throw, trained under Coach Mark nung summer camp back in 2019. That was where he got an opportunity to play for AUF because he previously played for Holy Angel University. So ngayon, he relishes being in this tournament dahil nga maraming mga teams from all over Luzon, as right on cue gets the layup to go. Ito si Gio Cruz.
Gian Cruz proving to be a force underneath. And from the looks of it, you know, being from a sporty family, no, grabe siguro yung competition sila sa pamilya.
Actually, his dad was also a basketball player. Si Elospa naman, trying to drive inside, and he will head to the line. Yung magpinsan na Ubas, pinasok na dito ni Coach Cesar Babasa. And palitan ng tao muna dito as Elospa at the line, averaging 9.5 points per game, 5 rebounds. Knocks down the first. Coach Cesar Babasa was an assistant for Coach Toto Dohilio for the Caloocan Bantang Kangkalu in the MPBL. Elospa, 2 for 2, 28-20. So 5 straight points after that surge nitong Arandia RHINOS.
Restoring some order here are the Great Danes, pero yun nga, bumibilis din yung pace nitong Arandia. That's becoming a problem for AUF. They need to slow Arandia down, especially dito sa half court.
And this is not by design if you're Arandia, dahil nga wala yung dalawa, yung Querido brothers, who are so used to manning the paint for them. Shot clock is winding down. Gomatise for 3. And a rebound controlled here by Arandia. Ubas, kick out pass to Escalante. Crossover. Oh, pass! Getting past to 4 white jerseys, Coach Mark.
Strong move by Escalante. You saw him get the hit from the arms. Hindi niya ininda. Still managed to finish on the other side.
Under 4 minutes to go. Cruz hooks a pass inside. Nilabas nila. Cruz trying to cut back door. Solid defense by Arandia. Able to force that shot up. Laban dito kay Cruz.
Kita mo naman what Gian Cruz can do in the paint. He's very strong, very athletic. But the footwork, wala pa dun ngayon.
Nakita mo yung coordination, hindi pa ganun kapulido eh.
Pero malakas yung katawan.
Yeah. A foul while off a pass by Evangelista. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the second quarter. And if Arandia, you mentioned, Coach Mark, yung poor field goal shooting nila in the first quarter. They've made some headway here in the second period. Led by this guy, Go Matisse. Oh, this is from 30 feet. At yun yung naging na resulta. Mapapakamot na dyan si Coach Cesar.
Galing Commonwealth yung tira ni Go Matisse dun. But with the shot clock running out, kailangan niya talaga itira. And this is where they miss the Querido brothers. Kasi yung mga ganyan sitwasyon, paubos yung shot clock. Usually, hawak na ni Hands o ni Jigs yung bola.
Go Matisse, a bit handsy on defense. 28-22, under 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Penalty na itong Arandia. Charles Butison at the line. This guy has bounced around, Coach Mark, and finally has found a home here at AUF. So he's from Mabalacat, Pampanga, but naglaro siya for Arellano. Had a chance actually to crack into that main lineup sa Team A, but unfortunately had an LCL tear which forced him to be sidelined and tuluyan na nga siya hindi na lineup. And then pumunta din siya sa Thailand in Trail International School. Doon naglaro si
Kay Coach
Fan Yu.
Troy. Yeah, kay Coach Troy Umali.
Yeah. Tapos from there, bumalik siya dito sa Pilipinas, played for St. Clair during the pandemic, and then naglaro din siya for UST. He was part of the Team B during the time ni Coach Bal David. And then, bumalik na nga siya dito sa AUF and has been doing a solid job so far for the Great Danes.
Oh, as they say, home is where the heart is. Doon ka talaga mauuwi.
Atwell, kick out, Lagman. Arandia already over the limit. Coach Cesar in disbelief after that last call.
But you could see hinawakan sa baywang itong si Lagman before he lost control of the ball. That's why nawala yung bola sa kamay niya.
Leomar Lagman at the line, hit a free earlier. 8 points per game. Had 9 points and 2 assists in their game against PUP. That was prior to their supposed match rather against Enverga na unfortunately di nga naarating yung Quezon-based squad. But ito si Coach Cesar, no? Still having a word with our officials.
Already in fine form si Coach Cesar. But I like this front line of the Great Danes. You have Lagman and you have Cruz. Hindi sila yung typical big guys mo, undersized man, but they have the strength and Lagman has shown the shooting.
And this is now an 8-2 run para dito sa AUF. We'll pause for a break. We'll be right back. Again, this is the Far East Basketball League. Kami naman. And you're watching us live on the Sports Ground Manila live stream. And also you could catch us On net 25, muli po Ken Pangilinan, Coach Mark Dandan, and with our courtside reporter Angelica Sarmiento. Game of runs, Coach Mark, here in the second quarter. Humabol na itong Arandia, but AUF getting this one back. They are in the midst of an 8-2 run.
Well, nakahabol itong Arandia kanina thanks to their fast break attacks. They made some turnovers from AUF, made them miss some shots. Pero yung bumagal na uli yung laro, they're struggling in the half court.
Ito na kayo nagiging problema nila still. Now they lob it up. That was actually a better execution, but ito si Ubas could not convert. Cruz handling the rock. AUF trying to re-establish a double-digit lead. Inside, Cruz powering his way through.
It's the interior passing between the two bigs, Lagman to Cruz. These guys are doing damage.
Balik sa 11, kalamangan dito ng AUF. A minute and 34 left in the first half. Escalante from beyond the arc. Doesn't work. Evangelista. Babangga. At may itatawag na blocking foul laban dito kay Gian Cruz. That was actually close to an offensive foul. But lucky break on the side of the RHINOS.
Kitang-kita mo na hinahanap nitong Arandia, yung Querido brothers, not only on offense but also on defense because Lagman and Cruz have been playing well dito sa second quarter.
As a result, lamang sila ng malaki dito. Arandia has really struggled from behind the arc. Oh, Evangelista trying to maneuver in the paint but dragged this pivot foot. AUF naman ang ihiling ng timeout dito with 63 seconds left. They still lead by 11, 33-22 behind Gian Cruz, who has been marvelous so far for the Great Danes. And we're just about to wind down the first half between AUF and Arandia. Like we said, a battle of teams na galing sa sunod-sunod na pagkapanalo. Especially itong AUF. They are undefeated in 3 games so far, while Arandia bouncing back from their opening day loss. They have whipped up 2 straight victories. But right now, they're trailing by 11. AUF showing why they are the top-ranked team so far. With Tison escapes the last second drop. Oh, the block! Good last line of defense. Ito si Liapar.
That's around the third chance of Buitison to actually go up for a shot na pinapasa niya at the last second. Knockout play.
Na naman si Lagman. And now this is the biggest lead for AUF. Baker's dozen. Escalante, kick out, Evangelista losing control of the basketball, but good thing for him, ito si Escalante able to recover. Arandia actually has hit some sort of a drought, up and under move, wala pa din. And AUF has a chance to get the last shot of the quarter. Pero libre sa ilalim, may kasama pang foul!
Tulabing contributing finally there. Great forward pass by Atwell. And the poor transition defense nitong Arandia College has been hurting them dito sa stretch na to. 14-2 run.
Yeah. 23-20 kanina to eh. Just when you thought Arandia was finding their groove, itong AUF hit their second wind. Tulabing a chance to increase this lead to 16. The lefty swishing in that bonus. 38-22, 18 seconds left. Last shot time for Arandia, who has hit a drought late here in the second quarter. Alacon asking for a clear out. Gets to the gut of the defense. Ito yung nagiging problema. Puro pilit na yung tira dito ng Arandia, Coach Mark, as time will expire here in the first half. And what a strong finish here to the second quarter nitong AUF, Coach.
And that's what you want if you're AUF. You know, when you have the opponents on their knees, you keep going at them. And that's why they have a 16-point lead at the half.
38-22, magbabalik po kami. At the half, we have itong AUF on top against the Arandia RHINOS. And maganda yung naging simula ng AUF. Actually, they never trailed in this first half. Coach Mark had a strong start. But itong Arandia, at the beginning of the second quarter, maganda yung naging run nila. They cut the lead down to 3 points. Pero yun nga, no, yung 14-2 run. Itong AUF really spelling the difference, increasing this lead to 16 points, 38-22.
A big difference there was the bench play. You know, pagdating dito sa bench ng Arandia, they weren't able to sustain. It wasn't the best of starts, pero nawala yung bulusok ng Arandia nung napilitan silang mag-ikot ng players coming off the bench. You see the stats here, the field goals, Arandia really struggling in the half court, only 25% shooting, and they have not made a 3-point shot. They're 0 out of 7, and pinag-uusapan mo nga kanina, Ken, yung free throws nila, 4 out of 12. So you're not gonna win a game when you're shooting 25% from the field and only 33% from the free throw line.
But you also have to give credit to AUF. Every time mayroong magpe-penetrate on the side of Arandia, they've been draped all over itong RHINOS. Meanwhile, to si Charles Butison, we marveled at him during the first half, Coach Mark. Simpleng-simple lang galaw, but getting the job done para dito sa Great Danes.
Oh, no frills itong laro ni Charles Butison. We mentioned it earlier na he doesn't rush anything, very cerebral yung approach niya sa laro. Also comes with experience. Yung sinabi mo nga kanina na he's had a lot of basketball experience, not just here in the Philippines but also in Thailand. So it's really showing how he plays. But, and I mentioned this earlier as well, he's had a few opportunities where he could have taken a shot. He's a bit unselfish for his own good. You'd like to see him be more aggressive in terms of looking for his own shot dito sa second half.
And maganda rin yung naging kwento nito ni Charles Butison because, like binanggit ko kanina, he has really bounced around a lot of schools but decided to finish his studies dito sa AUF because he really takes pride in his school. Dahil nga, eto si Charles, valedictorian to nung grade 6, Coach Mark. And then, nung natuto siya mag-basketball, he thought that basketball could really provide help for his family, maging scholar siya. And yun nga actually, nung nasa Arellano siya, had a chance to crack into their main lineup, but unfortunately, had that LCL tear. But he has really done wonders para dito sa AUF Great Danes at natutulungan niya yung kanyang kupunan. And so far, they have a strong start, 3-0 win-loss record.
Tama nga yung pag-describe ko sa kanya, valedictorian. Cerebral nga to.
Yeah.
Si Charles Butison, you can call him the cerebral assassin. Charles Butison, leading the way for his team.
Meanwhile, meron tayong report galing kay Angelica Sarmiento.
Sobra sa gigil, kulang sa sistema, yan nga ang nakikitang problema ni Coach Cesar Babasa sa kanyang RHINOS. Kaya naman, ang hiling niya sa mga ito ay huwag lang makipagpalitan ng bola kundi magtrabaho din sa loob. Nahihinaan nga na siya sa kanilang depensa dahil masyadong agresibo ang mga ito. Sa kabila naman, Coach Limwell Manarang is happy with his Great Danes performance. He is just asking them to be consistent at ituloy lang ang atake sa loob. Kumpiyansa nga din daw siya na kayang i-correct niya ang kanilang minor errors for the first half. He is always say to them, pag nagkamali, siguraduhin lamang na bumawi. Sir Ken?
Maraming salamat, Angelica. And itong AUF. Wow! Coming off the half, getting a steal immediately. Although able to recover naman itong Arandia, they try to counter. Piedad gets that shot up and in. Good sign if you're the RHINOS.
Kanina pa to si Piedad, he's been working very hard underneath the basket. One of the few bright spots para dito sa Arandia in the first half.
Butison to Labing, Lagman, Cruz, and Atuel, the 5 on the floor for the Great Danes. Kick out pass ni Cruz, finding Lagman. They swing the ball around, Butison, shot clock winding down. Wow, did they beat the buzzer? Referees trying to sort things out, but I thought that yung...
Paano sa kamay pa
niya?
Nasa
kamay pa niya. I-review nila yan.
Tuto kayo, referee.
And obviously, galit na galit itong Arandia. Yeah.
Yep, clear as day. Nahawak pa ni Buitison yung bola. Sayang, he was half a second too late on that shot.
38-24. Coach Cesar Babasa, what do you think went through their halftime huddle as they were down 16 at the half?
I'm sure itong si Coach Cesar wants them to play better defense. Kasi nga, they're allowing a very high percentage para dito sa AUF, especially from the 2-point area. 44% shooting from the 2-point area for the guys in white. So they need to be able to lock down the paint. Kasi pag nakatigil sila, they get some shots, they get the rebound, nakakatakbo. That's what they did to bring that lead to 3 points. Pero ang problema nila, once bumalik itong sila Buitison, Lagman, and sila Cruz, started dominating the defense again, nahirapan na naman sa half-court offense itong Arandia.
Hirap na hirap sa execution itong Arandia. And mabigat din kasi, wala na nga yung dalawang Querido, wala kang inside presence, wala kang player you could feed in the post. Wala ka ding RJ Guerrero that could space the floor and open things up in the paint para dito sa Arandia College.
And no basket.
Yeah.
Confirmed by the referees.
Yeah, I really
Obvious
thought,
naman, yes.
really thought that initial look pa lang, nasa kamay niya talaga eh.
Nagulat tayong lahat. Na-counted siya kanina.
So balik na tayo sa laro, 38-24. So that's actually a huge break for Arandia because this lead would have been at 17. Instead, 14 na lang kailangan lang habulin dito as Ubas mintes yung kanyang tres. Buitison. Oh, it spins inside. Oh, what a pass! I wonder where that came from. Gian Cruz for free. No. And a rebound by Ubas.
Natakot ako sandali doon. Akala ko papunta sa akin yung bola.
Alarcon on the right wing. Pulls up from free. Gets his own miss. Floats one up and in.
So good start here for Arandia. 4-0 here in the third quarter. More importantly, they're playing better defense.
Trying to pressure itong AUF. Buitison steps back. Lagman for three. Book it! Lagman with the second three-pointer. Balik sa 15 ang kalamangan dito ng AUF. 2 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Yun yung matchup na nire-relish natin, no? Si Piedad at si Lagman na nakabigwit ng tres kanina lang. Ang bumangga, giba.
Sabi mo nga, di ba? Yung favorite term mo dyan, massage galore.
Ayan. Meanwhile, Alarcon trying to get in rhythm here. Fades away. Medyo force yung mga tira ni Alarcon so far, but good thing for him, merong Piedad to clean this miss.
No, Piedad now 9 points to lead the way here for Arandia.
Also doing work on the glass. Meanwhile, Buitison, pinagpag yung depensa. Kaya lang, dumulas yata sa kamay.
Akala ko highlight reel na eh. Bagay sa number niya eh. Parang luka yung step back niya, nawala yung depensa. Kulang na lang yung shoot na 3 points.
Obvious naman, yung Slovenian, yung idol niya in the NBA.
Kakulay pa ng Slovenia uniform nila.
Bakers doesn't lead for the Great Danes. Alarcon. Kick out pass. Pagdato. The runner. Can't get that one to fall. And the rebound controlled by AUF. Buitison. Entry pass to Cruz. Facing up. And on their shot clock. Trying to work against Ubas. And he will be called for steps.
See, again, there's the athleticism and the strength ng si Gian Cruz. But with experience comes counters to that move na hindi siya mado-double team.
Piedad, multiple pump fakes. Ubas fades away. A little bit out of control on that attempt. So far, no, wala talagang masyadong sets na nila-run itong Arandia against AUF. Every time they get past the defense, they would try to create something. Ito naman si Elospa sa bandang kaliwa, susugod, ba? Hook sa pass, pero lang mapuputukan sila ng 24 dito.
You like that they're moving the ball, talking about AUF, pero at the end of the day, may kailangan tumira ng bola. Pangalawang shot clock violation na nito.
Under 6 minutes gone by. Alarcon pops out. Takes that jumper, cashes in from the free throw area. And Brian Alarcon starting to heat up a bit here in the third. Baba sa 11. Kailangan habulin dito ng Arandia, 41-30. We'll be right back after this. Still here at the Central Recreation and Fitness Center in Barangay New Era, Quezon City. 5 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. And AUF enjoying an 11-point advantage, 41-30. Atwell and Leyva getting more acquainted with each other. Foul laban dito kay Leyva.
Parehong-pareho pa yung body type nila, no?
Cruz, top of the key. Guarded by Piedad. Trying to body him up. But Cruz able to get into the paint. But everything but the shot there. Cruz has struggled a bit here. Kasi nung first two games niya, had 18 points apiece. Alarcon again getting his own miss. Ubas up strong. But that shot will not trickle in. Now he kicks it out. Leyva, they swing it to Brian Alarcon. Ubas offering a screen. Alarcon steps back. Shot on its way. No. Rebound by Atwell. And Cruz and Piedad colliding there. Double foul. Itatawag laban sa dalawa. Piedad is still down.
He hit his back there after the collision with Cruz. The initial call on the floor was a double foul between these two guys. So, mukhang hindi nire-review ng officials natin. So, the call will stick. That's going to be a jump ball.
Oo, kasi walang clear possession. AUF will get possession. Atwell. 3-0, itong Great Danes. Witison all day to shoot, but can't convert. The guys in blue on the run. Leyva streaks down the lane for that gorgeous lay-in.
And that's Arandia at its best, getting rebounds and just 2 passes to a layup.
Alarcon trying to body up Witison as he falls down on the floor. Jump ball. There's an arrow pointing to the side of AUF.
Witison getting a little more aggressive offensively. Pero sabi mo nga kanina, nasayang yung 3 points na. Natatawagan sila ng shot clock violation that could have gotten him into a good rhythm. So ngayon, medyo pinipilit na niya yung offense niya.
Arandia doing much better on both ends here in the third quarter. 9-point lead. Biggest was at 16. Credit also to RHINOS. Nabasa nila yung backdoor na kanina pa ginagawa nitong AUF on that baseline inbound.
The first time na napigilan yung play na yan.
Well, as I say that, Witison able to score. Actually, if you're defending kasi hindi mo pwedeng bitawan all the way eh.
Oo.
So, minsan that's, especially as a young player, yan yung common mistake, no? You thought okay na on the initial action, pero after that, ito si Buitison, 4 straight points! Binit-bit pa!
And here comes Charles Buitison showing the pedigree and how he can be a scorer as well.
Pagdato to Piedad, balik sa 13 kalamangan ng AUF. Pagdato gets blocked but apparently also gets clipped. Much to the disbelief of Dairit.
Medyo na late kanina si Dairit coming off that screen. That's why he had to chase it. Great job chasing it, getting a block. But yun nga, because of that momentum, na hinahabol niya yung tao niya, ended up fouling on the follow-through.
Pagdato, free throws. Something that they could capitalize on. Although they've been struggling a bit at the line, Coach Mark. Interesting yung free throw routine ni Pagdato.
I was about to say, reminds me of Lamont Strotters.
Oo nga.
Pero kay Strotters pa atras. Sa likod.
Saka yung sobrang nagbe-bend, no?
Oo.
Well, you know, it works. 2 out of 2 so far. Tatlo na ipasok. Merong foul sa baba. After that make. So that free throw will count, but a foul will be called against Arandia. Baba sa 10 kalamangan ng AUF. Buitison against Alarcon. Steps back. He swing the ball around. Elospa taking the hand off. Pulls up. Gets it in! Long 2. Galing kay Elospa.
Oh, the bigs of AUF really showing what they can do from the outside. Kasi Elospa hit a 3 earlier, now a long 2.
Alarcon tries to answer but to no avail. A foul though against against Arandia apparently.
I guess a push on the box out there from Arandia.
Ito nagiging problema ng Rhinos eh. Every time they try to mount a comeback at may matatawagan pa ng technical. Apparently. Ito si Coach Cesar Babasa, no? Kanina pa hindi masaya sa mga tawag dito.
Well, it's not Arandia game kung hindi na-technical si Coach Cesar.
Talaga ba?
Last game na-technical din siya. Oo.
But Coach Cesar has always been one fiery coach.
Oh, totoo yan.
Kahit saan pa siya pumunta, Coach Mark, no?
Kumbaga sa cambio ay nakakinta kagad si Coach Cesar. First quarter pa lang. And that's good. You know, he's very intense and it rubs off on his players.
Yeah. So Gian Cruz will head to the line. 18.6 rebounds against PUP. Against St. Catherine naman, 18 points din. Samahan mo pang 7 rebounds at 4 na assist. So all around the numbers. Although like we said, medyo nagsastruggle siya dito sa ball game natin. But others have really picked up the slack, especially si Charles Buitison.
Buitison, again, quiet performance, but he has 13 points to lead the way for his team.
Si Lagman at Elos pa din, no? Especially Lagman with 2 big threes. Elos pa up top. The denial as Buitison trying to post up Alarcon. There's an offensive foul called against the RHINOS.
They've been trying that ilang possessions na dito sa third quarter natin. Coming off that zoom action, gusto nila i-post up itong si Buitison na yung entry pass nila coming from the big. Ang problema lang, yung bantay ni Cruz, lumulubog papunta kay Buitison kaya hindi niya mapasa na malinis. Kasi hindi threat si Cruz from the outside.
12 pa rin, kalamangan ng AUF. 2:26 left as Dairet able to pick the pocket of Escalante. and converts on the other side. Meanwhile, Gomatise gets whacked on his way up.
Nakikita mo yung difference sa offense in the half court nitong AUF at Arandia. AUF usually moving the ball around well. Itong Arandia gets one player with the basketball going downhill and just does his best to get a foul like Gomatise. Pero kung hindi naging successful yun, that would have been a turnover or a missed shot.
Gomatise mintis yung kanyang unang free throw. 9 points in the first half. Now in double figures. But still a big lead on the side of the Great Danes. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in quarter number 3. Atuel. That forearm on the side of Alarcon as Atuel is down.
That's a forearm shiver sa NFL. And the coaches could ask for a replay here kasi nga hindi basketball play. So I think ayun na, re-reviewin nga ng officials natin.
Does he have the bloody lip? Immediately clutches on to his face.
From that angle, hindi mo kita, but you saw the forearm of Escalante from behind, tas yung swipe ni Alarcon on the help.
Yun, ang hindi malinaw doon, was he trying to get to the ball? Yan yung magiging determining factor dyan. 49-36, 2 minutes and 2 seconds left. You know, if Alarcon gets penalized here, it's pretty unfortunate considering that he has found his groove here in the third. Unsportsmanlike foul nga, itatawag sa kanya dito. Yan yung mga coaches naman ng AUF ang hindi masaya on that last. Sorry. Coach Cesar pa din, no? Coach Cesar pa din, hindi masaya sa last call na yun. He has to be careful here. He already has one technical.
I get it na you're not agreeing with the call, but kitang-kita sa replay natin na hindi basketball action yung ginawa ni Brian Alarcon.
Atuel will get 2 shots.
Of course, our officials will have the benefit of the review. Only 1 out of 2 there for Atuel.
So 50-36. Butizon to trigger. El Ospa. Up top. Kanina pa nila gustong hanapin si Butizon at the post eh.
They need to clear out that wing player para mag-isa si Butizon sa poste.
Meanwhile, another steal. AUF racking up those. As Atuel, that shot will not drop. The pass to Gomatise. Alarcon. They swing it. Piedad. Actually, initial action nila, Coach Mark, okay naman eh. But pagdating sa second, third pass, doon na sila nawawala ng diskarte. Talking about tong Arandia, no?
Walang extra pass. Yun yung nagiging problema nila. They get people going downhill. Napipilitang humelp yung defense ng AUF. Pero ang problema, instead na i-kick out to an open player, pinipilit. It just so happens they get bailed out by foul calls from AUF.
Gomatise has really struggled at the line after a hot start.
Well, pwede mo sabihin sa buong team ng
Yeah,
Arandia yan.
Last game, they shot 26 out of 41. Around 60%.
Hindi rin naman kataasan.
Oo, ngayon medyo mas mababa yan, no? With Tizon, aggressive drive to the hoop!
The power by Charles Butizon. Pinagpag yung help defense ng Arandia.
Matawag dyan, bringing the hurt business. Meanwhile, counter-attack ng Arandia. Si Butizon, simple lang talaga eh.
I like it. Walang arte yung laro niya. Very efficient. Walang wasted movement.
And he knows how to use his body. He's not the most athletic players in terms of yung jumping ability. He's one of those rare players, Coach Mark, na kahit may contact, hindi mo mababago yung tira halos eh.
He does a great job protecting the basketball. Kasi medyo malapad din siya eh. So alam mo malakas yung katawan. He uses his body to protect the basketball kaya hindi mo maapektuhan yung tira niya.
I'm thinking of a player that kung sino yung nagre-remind sa akin sa kanya. No? Here he is now at the post. Anspo. Oh, and Guitizon and Alarcon having words. Guitizon.
No,
Si
Guitizon has to
Marzan
chill.
din. Si Marzan.
Guitizon has to chill. Lamang sila and he's playing well.
Yeah.
Siyempre, you know, Arandia will try to play mind games, do everything that they can to try and get back in this game.
Actually, kanina pa silang dalawa naggigiran eh. Si
Sa poste, no?
Guitizon, yeah, because Guitizon has, to his mind, seemingly has an advantage in terms of height against Alarcon. So, he's trying to work that. Meron pa technical na itatawag against Arandia.
I think that's Coach Cesar again. So he's going to be thrown out. And if that Anspo gets to Brian Alarcon, he's going to be thrown out as well.
So let's see what happened.
In the post. Oh, no, number 42. Excuse me, not on Brian Alarcon. See it again there. Ayun, may close fist. Pag spin ni Betuizon and then the second motion by Alarcon, yun ang hindi nagustuhan ni Betuizon after.
Sa ere.
Oo, delikado nga naman yun.
Alam mo, naalala ko doon. Yung ginawa ni Ranidil doon sa Kuwait player. Naalala mo yun? Sa Gilas.
Oo. Nakilala nila yung pambansang
Si
Siko.
Alhamidi.
Kasi hindi natawag.
Hindi nahuli.
Hindi nahuli.
I remember during that time. Kasi binubuli nung that particular Kuwaiti player sila. Terence Romeo, even sila Abueva.
Panay illegal screen.
Yeah.
Diba?
And that game was a blowout already. Philip Gilas was on its way to a 40-point victory, if I'm not mistaken. Nasa century mark na sila doon.
Patapos na yung laro.
Kuwait was around at the 60 mark, and then Garnidel got hit in the part where you wouldn't want to get hit.
Right there. Close fist. On the spin.
Si Evangelista, no?
And it's clear kasi nandun lang yung officials natin. Kitang-kita nila. And then, of course, the second motion by Alarcon. Yung hindi nagustuhan. Yung pa hindi nagustuhan ni Betuizon.
So some color developing here. Late in the third quarter. 48 seconds left. 52-39. Dio Cruz. Hihimayin yung official verdict ng ating referees. It's really important for us to get the full details of this because you got to remember, like Coach Mark mentioned, Coach Cesar already has one technical. Si Brian Alarcon got called for an unsportsmanlike foul earlier. And also, reminding our viewers, wala nga dito yung si Jig, si Hans Querido, Rayed Igot is also not in uniform. Who had 17 points, 5 assists in their last game. RJ Guerrero as well. So that's 4 key players, Coach Mark, na hindi na painabangan ni Coach Cesar dito. And, you know, you gotta give credit to them. Although hindi pa sila lumalamang dito, they're still within striking distance here. 52-39. Pretty much manageable game here and they still have a full quarter left.
And mas maganda yung pinapakita nila dito sa third quarter because you know, they were down 16 points. They chopped off the lead. They had it down to 8 points earlier. But defensively, they were a lot better. Medyo bumibitaw lang dito sa last 2 minutes natin ng third quarter. But again, they're in striking distance. Tulad nga sabi mo, Ken. pagpasok ng fourth quarter, hindi naman sa namagahing lamang. So nagawa nila yung trabaho nila sa depensa.
This is taking a long time for them to get this one sorted out. Dahil nga major implications nga ito. Alarcon was involved on that last play. Coach Cesar had something to say. Actually, had a lot to say during that last sequence. Butison having himself another solid outing. Let's listen in to Gio. So, is Brian Alarcon thrown out?
Because he is an unspo.
There you go.
So an unspo plus technical foul equals out of the playing court for Brian Alarcon. At masakit yun kasi maganda na nilalaro niya sa third quarter.
Early trip to the showers
But I
for
think
Brian Alarcon.
si Coach Cesar will stay because the second technical was charged to the bench. Hindi sa kanya.
So very important yun, ha? Alarcon has really struggled from the field. 53-39. Charles Butison leading all scorers so far. Oh, and Coach Cesar seemingly is trying to signal his players. This is something that you don't want to see. Oh, they're walking out.
Huh.
It seems like. Oh. No, this is a very unfortunate. And obviously, AUF in disbelief right now. Ano this? I'm not sure if merong fine ba dito. You know, yun nga interesting decision because like you said, they're still within striking distance here.
Hindi naman sila being blown out by AUF.
AUF at the 48-second mark of the third quarter. Up by 14, 53-39. We'll pause for a break. We'll be right back. After a bit of a long lull, we are back. Well, if you're just tuning in, so Coach Cesar Mabasa instructed his players to walk out of the floor at the 48-second mark of the third quarter after nagkaroon ng bit of a skirmish, Coach Mark, no? After that drive by Buetison, he was fouled hard. Si Alarcon got called for an unsportsmanlike foul. And actually hindi, si Evangelista pala tinawagan ng unsportsmanlike foul. And then, si Marzan of AUF and si Brian Alarcon, who earlier incurred an unsportsmanlike foul, both committed technical fouls. And as a result, si Alarcon got ejected. And then in the process, Coach Cesar, dahil nga he was the one who was at the forefront of that walkout attempt, he was also thrown out of the game already. That's
So, masakit. Not only do they lose one of their best players, they lose their head coach. And now, the team captain of Arandia will have to step up as a playing coach in the absence of an assistant coach.
sometimes this could trigger something good. Let's see if that would be the case for Arandia, who is now trailing by 15 as we resume action here. Pagdato goes to Piedad. Now trying to maneuver in the paint. Good shot, but that will not drop. Jump ball, possession arrow pointing to the side of the RHINOS. 54-39. That ball intercepted. Last shot time on the side of Arandia.
Yung kaninang offer, sinasabi natin, it's not like they're being blown out.
Yeah.
Just 15 points, which is very much manageable with a full quarter to play.
And you could just feel like yung players themselves, they really want to gut this one out. Especially they're short-handed, but they're showing some fight against the lone undefeated team of the tournament. And that will signal end of a tumultuous third quarter. But AUF still in command, 54-39. Start of the fourth quarter, Arandia RHINOS kontra AUF Great Danes. And AUF trying to preserve their immaculate record and are on top by 15, 54-39. And we begin the fourth. Muli po Ken Pangilinan, Coach Mark Dandan, and Angelica Sarmiento kasama nyo in this ball game. And Coach Mark, apart from, you know, the unfortunate incident towards the end of the third quarter, ano yung mga significant na events na nangyari in the third that enabled AUF to re-establish their biggest lead?
Well, they weathered that early storm by Arandia, especially mga 8 minutes to go dito sa third quarter. Arandia actually outscored AUF 17-16 in that third quarter. Sabi ko nga kanina na nagla-lock in depensa nitong RHINOS, but at the tail end nung third quarter nawala yung disiplina, nawala yung composure nitong Arandia RHINOS. That's why ang daming free throws na bigay dito sa AUF, kaya bumalik yung lamang nila na malaki.
Escalante though with an impressive finish, 56-41. A minute gone by here in the fourth. Oh, backdoor, sublime passing right there.
No, excellent pass on the back door. Itong Arandia was expecting Buetison to post up again and read that well.
Escalante, this time from beyond the arc. Will not fall. Inside, pagdato, may pektus pa din.
So far, the Rhinos on the floor responding well enough, but they're still down big.
58-43. Dairit up top, joined by Elospa, Buitison, Cruz, and Atuel. Buitison steps in, off to the right.
Medyo may hits yung tira nitong si Buitison. No? It looks clean, but there's minor hitch nung paakit yung bola sa tira niya.
Ngayon ako pa iniisip, sino may naaalala ko sa kanya?
Yun nga ako din Yung
Meron
play style niya.
Noong una iniisip ko Woody ko, pero parang hindi
Mas poste si Woody.
Although, yun nga as a result of him posting up earlier, doon nagkaroon
may isip
ng
mo rin,
kiskisa,
diba?
no? But, like you said, si Buitison more accustomed to yung may buwelo, no? Tas attacking the basket. Mamaya, ma-figure out din natin yan, Coach Mark.
Iisipin natin na malalim yan.
We're thinking about that because of how impressive he has been. And coming off that 16-point outing, maganda rin, pinapakita niya ngayon. And this is despite the fact that Cruz has really struggled for AUF. Meanwhile, si Elospa nakapag-contribute ulit sa ilalim, 60-44, AUF up by 16.
Elospa, 13 points now off the bench.
Pagdato behind the back, wiggles to traffic. Tapikan ng bola, they recover. Talking about tong Rhinos. 4 seconds left on their shot clock though. A steal, Dairit off to the races. And there was a foul called against Leyva. Seven minutes left here in the fourth. Later on, we'll see the Rizal Technological University Blue Thunders going up against the PIC Commandos.
Hindi ba Scotty Thompson?
Scotty ba?
Poste.
I'm more thinking of a
College.
big band na na parang twinner. Di ba?
Tama.
Kasi kung titingnan mo siya, yung size niya, siguro borderline guard, no? Forward.
Pero yung pace ng laro niya, pang 3-4.
Oo, exactly. 6 minutes and 17 seconds left. Escalante puts it up, no good. Rebound tracked down by Elospa. Trying to force the issue, now pulls it out. Oh, good steal. Piedad getting its hands on the basketball. Escalante, straight line to the basket. And there's a foul call on the against AUF.
But if you're AUF, you wanna keep the pedal to the metal. Hindi porket wala na yung head coach ng kalaban, wala na yung isa sa mga natitirang star player ng kalaban nyo, magpapahinga ka na.
Yeah.
You can see that medyo nawala yung sense of urgency nitong Great Danes, but Dairit changing things with his defense.
Buitison lobs it up. High the sky play, papunta kay Dairit.
You have to reward Dairit with this hustle there. Great pass by Buitison.
Actually, hindi nag-reflect sa stat sheet, but Dairit has really wreaked havoc, especially on the defensive side of the floor.
Hindi lang yung mismong steal niya mga tapik.
Yeah, deflections.
Diba? The pressure defense that he's bringing.
Nakita mo as he gets the handoff from Cruz. Now takes that free. Pinapakitaan na tayo, Coach Mark But I was about to say, Coach Mark, yung wingspan, no? Yung pyesa nandun
Parang prototype na 3ND. Itong si Dairit.
Reminds me a bit of Gian Mamuyak, no?
Oo. Pati yung mitira sa labas and he does everything defensively na gusto mo as a coach. Sasaluhin niya yung best player ng kalaban.
Yung body type, titignan mo parang slim pero wiry strong yan
Masakit kabanggaan yung ganyan.
Matigas. Kala mo nga kasi parang kala mo patpatin pero yung mga ganyan matigas Meanwhile, Escalante has really been aggressive finding his offense here in the fourth. Kaya lang, itong AUF, they have continued their rampage, increasing their lead to 21, 65-44. Just tuned in. Kanina po we had an upset. Etong PCU lost in the first game.
To PMI.
Yeah, to PMI. That's their first loss, if I'm not mistaken.
Easily the upset of the tournament so
Yeah.
far.
And Troy was held to only 2 points. Came in averaging in double figures, one of the top scorers in our league. AUF though, they're still the lone remaining unblemished team here in our FEBL. Leyva short 66-44, 4 and 12 to go here in the fourth quarter. And ang AUF representing the province of Pampanga, which has produced a lot of players. At ito si Dairit able to sneak in backdoor. Dami, no? Baka di tayo matapos, kaabanggit. At ito si Dairit na naman. Oh, streaks down the lane, but unable to get that shot up and in.
Mahabol ata sa best player ito si Dairit.
Meanwhile, good passing on the interior on the side of Arandia. At hihiling ng timeout dito ang AUF. Still leads by 22, 68, 46. Balik po tayo sa ating aksyon. Maya-maya lang matutunghayan nyo ang laban ng Rizal Technological University against PIC. That's Stephen Torralba, who's one of the leading scorers in our league so far, averaging 17 points a game. Had that 27-point outing. And a steal. Go Matisse! Gets clipped on his way up. Very athletic din to si Gomatise, no? But you could just sense na hindi pa fully figured out, no? On what he wants to do as a lead guard.
Hindi mo pa alam kung point guard talaga siya, kung wing player siya. But what definitely, the things that he can do defensively, much like itong si Dairit.
68-47. And a foul whistled against Arandia. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. No, looking forward to that RTU and PIC game. We got a battle of lethal scorers in Stephen Torralba and as well as Felix naman for PIC. As Quizon. Good defense on the side of Arandia. Ubas. Uy, Piedad with that baseball whip inside. Traveling ang itatawag laban dito sa RHINOS.
Ibang klase yung bilis at tulis ng pasad ni Piedad. Kung hindi nakatingin yung tao doon,
Kaya nga eh.
masakit yun.
68-47, 2 and 25 in the fourth. Now, when looking back at our games, yes, there were some blowouts, but most of the matches so far have been tightly contested, Coach Mark, which really speaks to the level of competition ng ating FEBL.
And it's great for the league because hindi mo alam kung sino favorites. Sure, on paper, you'll have the likes of PUP, of course Arandia if they're complete, AUF,
RTU,
diba?
sama mo dyan.
RTU.
PCU.
On paper, yun nga sasabihin mo, they're the favorites. But tulad lang ng game natin kanina.
Yeah.
At any given day, any given time, you know, some teams can upset another. And something you don't want to see happening right now. You have 2 minutes left and Go Matisse just losing discipline, losing his composure here.
Gomatise and Quizon at the fray there. No, he's lucky that yung initial call was only a double foul. So, matatawagan din siya ng technical, but he will stay in the game. If you're Arandia, you just want to finish this game, then move on, and also reflect on what happened here. Because, like we said, during the time na na-thrown out si Brian Alarcon and Coach Cesar, they were within striking distance. They were just down by 13 points. And even, well, we know Alarcon, the type of player that he is. But that's just one player. Although, yun nga, nabanggit din natin, wala nga yung magkapatid and Nakerido. Pero given the lineup that they fielded in as nagkakis-kisan nga si Quizon at si Gomatise, they've proven at least in the first 3 quarters that they could keep in step at the very least against AUF.
And there's one thing na hindi nawala dito sa lineup ng Arandia, even missing their big 3. It's their defense.
Yeah.
They had stretches where they held down the fort defensively, allowing themselves to get back in the game. One time, they were down only 3 points. And as from a high of 17, nababa nila to 8 points before they lost discipline. They've shown that they can lock it in defensively despite not having their best players on the floor.
We now enter the last 2 minutes of the ball game.
Offensive foul on Gomatise. Nawawalan na siya talaga ng disiplina dito sa laro na to. Na kailangan na siyang yakapin ng mga teammate niya.
Actually, 5 fouls na siya. I was about to say, with the absence of the head coach, you know, probably it's a good time for someone to replace him, given that this game was already a foregone conclusion. AUF will move to 4-0. Arandia, unfortunately, after 2 impressive wins, will drop down to 2-2. But you know, apart from the wins, Coach Mark, yung character building, especially at this level, collegiate level, this is a new league, FEBL. This is a chance for you to showcase what you have. And if you're Arandia, you know, apart from showing your skills, you wanna show the yung high character ika nga, no?
And, you know, it's not every day that teams and these kids get the opportunity to play, you know, live, on air, in a great facility, and against teams na normally hindi mo makakalaban sa liga mo.
Yeah. 23-point advantage on the side of AUF. Another offensive foul, this time against Corpus. 78 seconds left. Mayroon tayong timeout sa panig ng AUF. We'll be right back after this. The guys in white in total control, up by 23. A minute and 18 left here in the 4th quarter. If you just tuned in, at the 48-second mark of the 3rd quarter, there was an attempted walkout on the side of Arandia College, led by Coach Cesar Babasa, who unfortunately also got thrown out in this game along with Brian Alarcon, who committed an unsportsmanlike foul and a technical earlier. And kanina pa namin pinag-uusapan ni Coach Mark na sayang no for Arandia because they were just down by 13 during that point. A pretty manageable game. But you know, ang kaganda naman, silver lining on the side of Arandia, they came back and finished this game. Kaya nga lang lumayo na tuluyan itong AUF, Coach.
Just too much, you know. Anspo, another one.
If you're both teams, you just want to finish this one. 41 seconds left. Although the clock is ticking, huh?
And if that's on the same guy, Evangelista, he's going to be thrown out. That's his second unsportsmanlike foul. And the coaches of AUF are up in arms because they've been telling our officials since maybe 2 minutes ago na the Arandia players are not playing basketball anymore,
Yeah.
essentially.
Titignan natin yung replay, no? On what exactly happened on that last play. Again, Arandia playing short-handed. AUF from Angeles, Pampanga traveled all the way here to Quezon City.
Ooh, it was another closed fist by Evangelista, and I don't understand nowadays why players still think they can get away with those things with 100 cameras around them and with instant replay.
Mga angulo tayo dyan, no?
Hindi mo akalain eh. Iisipin mo lang, yung camera lang natin, yung nasa taas. We have baseline cameras, we have sideline cameras.
Downgraded. So, you could argue that he was going for the ball. Yun ba yung
Pero kasi
verdict ng
nang titignan mo
referee
dun if it was he used a closed fist or
Oo.
not, di ba? Yun lang baka hindi malinaw sa officials natin, but nonetheless, you want to avoid these things.
Our referees, our game announcer Gio Cruz having a field day. A lot of color has developed in this matchup. No tempers flaring.
And another review.
And who knows? These two teams might actually face each other in the semifinals at the very least. Saka isa pa, double round tayo ha. Magtatapat pa ulit.
Sigurado, kasi nga, double round. Tama ka dyan, Ken. Mag-aabot sila uli.
And you could expect guys like si Jigs and Hans Querido to return. As well as si Igot
And Guerrero.
and RJ Guerrero. Now, judging from what we saw here, if those four players play, it's gonna be a brand new ball game.
Yung titignan mo rin yung matchups eh. You'll have the Queridos versus Cruz in Lagman. And then Guerrero versus Bitison. So that's going to be a very fun matchup. And you have guys like Dairit on AUF side versus Igot. And officials are confirming na downgraded nga yung tawag nila kanina from unsportsmanlike to regular foul. That was on Evangelista, but nonetheless, Evangelista fouls out of the game. So he's still technically out of the playing court.
Oo. So tatlo na sila, no? Si Gumatise also fouled out. So 2 shots for Quezon.
Probably the longest last minute of the game.
Oo nga eh.
And then officials are again confirming. Going to Gio Cruz. There's a warning on the bench of AUF.
I know it's a really tough job for an official. But at the end of the day, as referees, you have to be pretty decisive with your calls to really restore order here. And yun nga, no? 71-47, 32 seconds left. Not an easy day for the coaches, for the referees, for our game announcer, for our players. Mayroon pa tayo isang laro. RTU at EPIC.
Could be another close game.
Yeah.
Being an official is a thankless job. It's the hardest, one of the hardest jobs in basketball. You have to get it right 100% of the time in the eyes of the coaches. And I speak from experience.
Of course. I wouldn't quote someone na tatago na natin kamukha ng artista, no? Kasi syempre, mga may mind games yan eh. As coaches, you know, you're trying to work the referees as well. But, like we said, ito nga, no? AUF, take nothing away from their performance in this game, Coach Mark. Kanina pa, high-paced, really frantic, and it really worked to their favor as they win this one out. 72-47 is our final score. AUF with their 4th straight victory.
And do you like the consistency you saw from AUF? From tip until the final buzzer, hindi sila lumayo sa game plan nila, which is to run up and down the floor and force turnovers, not allow Arandia to get comfortable sa half-court offense nila.
And a lot of emotions, a lot of events that transpired, but in the end, you know, another silver lining here is at least natapos natin yung laro, no? 72-47. And our best player of the game, none other than eto si Charles, who also was the best player in their previous game to this one, and maganda yung pinakita niya dito, Coach Mark.
And not surprising that he led the way for his team. You know, he dictated the pace. Every time he had the ball, made the right decisions. And when he needed to score, he picked up the pace as well. He had 16 points. Kanina, pinag-uusapan natin na we wanted him to be more aggressive dito sa second half, and he did just that, leading his team in scoring.
Hailing from Mabalacat, Pampanga. And now we turn you over to Angelica Sarmiento for our best player of the game.
Kasama ko na nga itong si Charles Vitison, our best player of the game, who scored 18 points, 5 assists, and 4 steals. So Charles, congratulations. And this is your second time being the best player of the game for this season. And sa tingin mo, anong susi ng ganitong kagandang performance, and sigurado ako merong rason kung bakit ikaw ang best player?
Siguro binigay ko lang yung best namin. Siyempre credit sa mga coaches namin na talagang sinunod lang namin yung sistema nila, tsaka sa mga teammates ko, no, credit sa kanila kahit na physical yung game, at pinakita din namin kung anong gusto nilang laro. So kaya ayun, yun yung nag-result sa pagkapanalo namin. So
Thank you so much and congratulations, at baka meron ka din gustong batiin or pasalamatan.
binabati ko nga pala yung family ko, syempre, at saka sa buong AF community, at saka sa mga taga Mabalacat. So yun, maraming salamat.
Thank you so much, and back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Angelica. And up next, we got RTU and PIC. Stick it here sa ating Far East Basketball League. Kami naman.